Hello everyone, this is Sifris and welcome back to my Let's Play of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Now this time we'll start a new chapter, Encounter. This is part 15 I think.
天神5番地の
Here is our main character.
これ23だよな。それとも33か？まったく山崎先生の字は読みづらいな。
Oh wait, what? So happy. I knocked over my alarm clock this morning and of course it stopped working. The very last pork sandwich sold out right before my eyes during lunch. And I was roped into a favor when I hand upon my homegrown teacher, Mr. Yamazaki, long after school day had ended. Now, like it or not, I was on my way to deliver some notes to Miss Yui, a homegrown TA who was sick with a cold.
後でゆかに謝らないとな。今日は早く帰ってゆかの買い物に付き合ってやる予定だったし。
Shopping date.
天神5番地23の11。ここか。これが6
Oh, by the
番
way,
地。
Tenjin
33の
Shokaku is
77とかじゃなけれ
the
ば。
school's name.
だけど。
So this street is Tenjin. I don't know if it related anything to it. I stopped and compared the memo in my hand with the apartment building in front of me. It was 2 stories tall and looked little on the shabby side. Probably above 20 years old. It didn't seem very solid, nor it was particularly stylish or chic. It was completely a remarkable structure in every way.
この207号室。いや、201?
Can we choose? I'll choose 201. I'm really getting fed up with this handwriting. I'm from a teacher, no less. In any case, it seemed certain the apartment was 2nd floor, so I trudged up and started narrow, steep stairs. The metal staircase was thoroughly blotched, something like that. Why would someone live in such rundown apartment building? Well, ask Miss Yui.
もしかしてすごく安かったりするのか？
Maybe? Well, it's pretty high in Canada. I felt a little sorry for her, but in a way, this place kind of fit her personality. With that thought in mind, I turned my attention to her apartment 201.
ここは201号室か。でもゆい先生の家じゃないな。
Doesn't look like Miss Yui's place. The door player in the room nearest the story had a name I didn't recognize scribbled on it.
ってことはこの奥か。
Passing room 201, I continued down the narrow walkway toward the end. Wandering alone around an apartment building I would never been before made me feel kind of nervous. It wasn't like I was doing anything wrong, but my back still tensed up as I maneuvered around piled up stroller, plastic toys, and bundle of newspapers. And then finally I arrived at the last door.
ここだ。
Bingo. This was it. I breathed and sighed with a relief. The door play of apartment 207 read Shishito. For an adult's handwriting, especially the letters were rounded and overly cutesy. This was Miss Yui's place, alright? Huh. I leaned into the roll, something written in a small script on the corner of the door plate.
注意って
Beware of cat.
猛犬注意じゃなくてゆい先生らしいや。
So how exactly does one beware of a house cat? Is it even possible for a house cat to be threatening? Yes. Yes, of course. You don't know the real world. It's scary. Anyway, I would confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was Miss Yuri's place, so my errand was near its
山
end.
崎先生もひどいよな。風邪ひいたクラスメートにプリント持っていくならわかるけど、風邪ひいた副担の先生のうちに授業のノートを届けろって。絶対におかしい。間違いなくこれ担任の仕事だよ。
Of course not. He'll say he was busy with meetings though and really needed one of his students to help him out. But it was really okay with the entrust a school student with confidential class notes? Of course.
生徒が読んじゃまずいノートなんじゃないのか?
Of course not. Do it. My mind kept drifting from one question to another, and I become accurately aware of the inherent value of these notes I held in my hand. But tempting as it was, I just couldn't bring myself to look at them. Mr. Yamasaki put his faith in me after all. And I was stronger than that. I couldn't let this get the best of me. Oh wow. Just a peek wouldn't hurt, would it? At any rate, I was here. I should have been able to drop off the notes and be on my way. Putting all my doubts and misgivings aside, I rang the doorbell. Ding dong. And then I waited and waited and waited some more, but there was no answer. Oh, maybe she died in her room.
呼び鈴をしたよな。ゆい先生!
Sensei! 開けて、このドアに. But there was still no response.
寝てんのかな。起こしちゃ悪いけど、でも心配だしな。
Maybe she's changing or something. When we heard that Miss Yuri was staying home sick today, we were all pretty disappointed. Maybe she's a good teacher. That's why part of me was actually a little happy that I was asked to run these over to her. I figured I would be able to check in, see how she was doing, and let everyone at school know that she was feeling better. Maybe she's not.
想定外だったな。ゆい先生! ゆい先生! 反応なし。
Well, just put the notes through the envelope placed on the door. Or they deliver
ゆい
letters.
先生、すみません。
Okide? She was probably sleeping, or out to the doctors or something, but what if she were hurt? I tried opening the mail slot and peeking in. I thought maybe I could get a glimpse of the room inside. I felt kinda wrong peeking into someone's house without their permission. What are you gonna see? But I was legitimately worried about Miss Yuri's health, so my conscience was clear on this one. It's a cat. A well-groomed cat was facing the door and staring back at me. With its head tilted slightly to the side, it let an adorable meow. Meow? This must be the cat I was instructed to be aware. And since Miss Yuri had always going on and on about her little buddy, I was pretty sure I remembered his name.
この子が噂のモレじゃなくて、確かモネ。そうだ、モネちゃんだ。
モネ。
へえ、綺麗な猫だな。
There's no T at the end, by the way. That's a wrong translation. Yeah, it's wrong translation. She even has some tins of cat food hidden on the shelf in the classroom, probably because she bought too much and had no room for them in her apartment.
モネ、モネ。先生はいるか？先生がいるんだったら起こしてきてほしいんだ。モネ、頼むよ。やっぱり。
She's not gonna understand you.
そりゃそうだよな。
Of course. How would a cat understand you? My shoulders sank. I felt defeated. What the hell was I doing? I closed the mail slot and stood back up, and then there's Miss Yuri right behind you.
ゆい先生、
No.
どうしたんだろう。どっか外出中とか空いてたりしないかな。
Maybe she's out. Lost in this speculation, I placed my hand on the doorknob. And with a quick twist, I turned it and pushed the door, opening it easily. Oh no, you're breaking in someone's door.
鍵かかってないのか。うわ、いけね。モネが出たら大変だ。お前のご主人様は不用心だな。鍵もかけてないなんて。
Well, who locks the door anyways? Well,
なんだ？その通りだにゃって。モネもやっぱりそう思うか。
come on, please. Communicating with a cat. Are you an alien? Are you from level E? I was feeling pretty uneasy. Not only I had peeped into someone's home, I walked in without a second thought. Well, at least this place is clean. Moreover, this was where Miss Yui lived, alone, on the other words, a woman's apartment. No matter how many times I remind myself that I was here on an errand, I couldn't help feeling that I would not only cross a line, but leaped over it.
Yui sensei.
Oh, come on. I tried calling her name one last time, but it doesn't. But as expected, there was no answer.
本当にどうしようかな。
Is that? What's that on the wall there? I was trying hard to avoid being too noisy, but my eyes, something. The apartment entrance led out immediately onto the kitchen, and beyond that there was a sliding door to some other room. I could see light through the gaps. I strained my ears, but there was nothing to hear, no signs of life whatsoever. Miss Yuri really have been out. One more time, I tried calling out her. One more time to put my concerns at ease. I felt like I seemed even more suspicious if I stayed silent.
持田です。
Still nothing. Maybe she was asleep on the other side of the door.
確かめてみ。
Maybe.
いやいやいやいや。
Shaking my head fiercely, I can cast out the sudden impulse. That was a terrible idea, pure and simple. Entering an apartment unannounced was bad enough, but walking all the way and opening that sliding door and peeking inside, that was just too much.
っていうか、
Oh man,
この
the
タイミ
heart
ン
of
グ
a
で
teenager.
ゆい先生が外から帰ってきたりしたら、俺結構まずい。じゃなくて、だいぶまずい。
Oh man, the inner struggle. Mane melt. Panicking, I once again surveyed my surroundings. I almost felt like there were eyes on me, staring with disdain. But of course, nobody was there. Wait, what was that sound?
そうだ。書き置きを残していけばいいんじゃないか？
Well, of course. You should have done that a long time ago. Wondering why I didn't think of this sooner. I dug up my bag and
山
for
崎
some
先
paper
生
and
から
a
頼まれ
pen.
たのでって書いておけばいいんだよな。俺のノートでいいや。ゆい先生
You didn't write your name down? Crouching in the doorway, I ran my pen across the page. I brought Class notes at Mr. Yamazaki's behest. Everyone has been worried about you. Sorry about barging into your apartment.
不用心だから
Please
鍵は
don't
かけた
forget
方が
to
いい
lock
と
your
思い
door
ます
from now on. Okay. I sense a presence in front of me. That's Yui Sensei. She's gonna sue you for going in someone's apartment without permission. Until a moment ago, this house has no sign of human life in it, but now I could feel someone standing directly ahead, standing and looking down at me. Fidgeting nervously, I put down my pen, raised my head slowly. I saw a white, slender ankle. Shocked, I shot my head up, and there was standing before me was Miss Yui.
Sensei.
Cute pajamas. I see. Got some cute pajama right there. She was looking right at me, but she seemed the size of the little something. Her hair looked disheveled, and her gaze was unsteady, and her pajama were in completely disarray. She was like a completely different person from the usual camp educator we come to know and love.
ゆい先生俺勝手に入っちゃって
I stood up frantically and held out a note that I've been writing. But... She is sleepwalking, standing here, stupefied, with a completely broken expression on her face. She's sleepwalking. I called out her as gently as I could. But... she was really dazed. She seemed almost like a ghost. Maybe she is a ghost.
どうしちゃったんだよ
She's sick. I had a sudden uneasy feeling. Worried, I walked up to Miss Yui, grabbing her shoulders and tried to snap her out of it by shaking her. But instead, she fell on you.
うわ
Yeah, she fell on you. This just seemed to make her cough.
Sensei!
Go take some Tylenol. These were productive coughs, and spit was shooting out of Miss Yui's mouth with each one. I frantically tried to shield my face from the spray, but my reaction time wasn't just quick enough. So her saliva is all over your face and her spit. I put a hand on her cheek. I found it was thick with slimy film of saliva. Lick it. Is that Frankenstein? Miss Yuri hobbled back a little, then fell to her knees with a thud. She had completely sprawled out in the hallway, moaning and groaning the whole time.
Sensei?
Wiping the splattering from my face, I leaned over and took take a better look at her. Mochita, stop staring at her boobs. It's not that big. Stop staring. Oh no, it's too big. It's sucking your face in. Oh. She was sick as could be. Go back to. She's not wearing a bra too. I thought maybe her sweat could cool her down, but then realized she The Chauvel pajamas weren't doing her any favor. With heart pounding a mile a minute and a face red with traffic light, I set about buttoning her up.
ゆい先生、俺のことわかる？
Satoshi,
持田だよ。
it's wrong.
寒いならちゃんと
She's
布団
like,
で寝
who
ない
are
と。
you? I don't know you.
出ないと治るもんも治らないって。
She's like a zombie. She absolutely extended her shaking arm like a zombie, slowly reopened her eyes and looked up at me. It was a gaze of severe,
ゆい先生。
fevered mind. That's her ex-boyfriend.
うわっ！
Oh, my ear. It's pregnant again. Miss Yui was clinging onto me tightly. I couldn't move. I was frozen in shock. She began to weep.
え？つかさ？
Tsukasaka.
先生待って、人違いだよ。
It seems like I wasn't getting through to her at all. And the sensation of her chest as she held me was making it virtually impossible to fight her grip. The troubles and problems of teenagers. Just become a turtle and you will have no lust. Oh no, this is gonna be ecchi. This is gonna be 18 plus. Guys, what do we do? If this is 18 plus, I can't show this. But I doubt First Party would do some 18 plus stuff though.
怖かった？
Tsukasa.
まさか来てくれるなんて思わなかった。
うわ！
That must be her ex-boyfriend. Who else would that be? As she squeezed me tightly, I felt as though my upper body might collapse under the pressure of her softest parts. Yes, yes.
ゆい先生、ちょっと
Those boobs will
離
suck
れ
you
て。
in.
やだ。
Don't let go.
先生ってば！
Don't let go. It's a trap. I struggled to wriggle free, but Miss Yuri only grabbed me more tighter, something like that. Our bodies were getting more and more intertwined, and every time I squirmed, Miss Yuri would just pull me in even closer.
うわ！
The seiyuu. The sound is so good. As her chest rose and fell erratically, droplets of sweat, something. I could feel the heat of her fever radiating off her steadily. So long, and those random words that no one uses.
だから人違い。
Satoshi, you're missing your shopping date with your sister. You can't do this. You have to go. You have to leave Miss Yui. Uh-oh.
先生、パジャマ、ズ
You
ボ
can
ン、
see it more close.
ずり落ちてるから。
つかさくあったかい。
ゆい先生ってば！
Everything's so nice, so normal before it goes to hell. Why can't things stay like this? It's sad that Course Party has to have such bad end. That Miss Yuri has to die, Seiko has to die, and Mayu has to die. Even Nana-chan has to die.
ゆい先生、ちょっともう
Now you have to carry her back to her bed. Now you have to hit the back of her neck to make her faint, so she doesn't bother you anymore.
先生、
That
俺は持
sounds
田聡で
so
司って人じゃ。
erotic.
行かないで。やだ。
Tsukasa must be her ex. Miss Yuri was acting like a spoiled child. Slipping out of the shoes as still wearing, again drew closer to her. Sprawled out form. There was no way I could just leave her here like this.
後で気がついて怪しまないでくれよ。
Miss Yuri let out the third Jake groan, perhaps in response to my quiet murmurings. At my wit's end, I grabbed hold of her and did my best to carry her back into the room. If someone's this sick, like if you live alone and you go in this sick, how can you ever cook for yourself? Just wondering. Then there was a matter of rebutting these pesky pajamas again. I hesitantly pulled up her pajama bottoms and brushed away the straight of hair that were plastered to her brow with sweat. I done my best to avoid seeing anything I shouldn't, but I'm a guy, so my heart was pounding the whole time. Ah, so pure. Miss Yuri's pajama was soaked through with sweat. She really might have been better off with a change of clothes altogether, but you can't do that to her. But no, that would have been going way too far.
タオルとか何か拭くものでもあれば。ってん？
Noting a convenience store bag, I carelessly tossed on the floor. I glanced
冷却シー
inside.
ト買ってきてあるじゃん。なんで使ってないんだか。もう。先生、ヒヤッとするけど我慢してね。これでよしと。
We never use those things they put on their head in North America, or at least most of the places. I don't know why. Maybe it is effective. That's why Japanese use it. But why don't we use it? Because we have Tylenol. Ah, the all-evil Tylenol, not letting us using those patches. Ah. Even in deep sleep, Miss Yuri seemed to be suffering.
もうね。なんだ先生が心配かだよな。俺もここまでひどいことになってると。
Who's gonna take care of money if Sensei died? Oh no, they just killed the cat. How could you call corpse party? How can you kill a cat in a game? That's like forbidden. That's just wrong. Just realized no one's gonna take care of money.
ゆい先生。
Z. Why did they use like a Z for
俺
for sleeping
このま
sign?
ま帰っても大丈夫？
Well, at least cook her some food.
ゆい先生。
What? Gently, customer pen say. Uh-oh. You can't go now. Stay here for the night. And that's a flag. That's a flag. That's a flag of when you should be doing those stuff. But I knew I'll probably regret it if I went home now. You just seem really
仕
lonely.
方ないな。
Wow, living alone is lonely. Took a seat beside her. For the time being, I figured I would watch over her and make sure her condition didn't worsen. Ah, such a kind heart. Occasionally, Miss Yui's breathing would become rigged, and she would furrow her brow. She was in a pretty bad way. Yeah, poor thing. Wasn't there anything else I could do? Nope. Maybe cook? Cook for her. I glanced quietly down the hallway. I noticed by here that the kitchen near the entrance was perfectly neat and tidy. Maybe she doesn't use it at all, that's why.
飯
There was
食ってるのかな
any indication it had been... Wow. 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 I shouldn't do that again. That sounds horrible. My dish was filled with brim of water. The other hand was piled with dry cat food.
モネはちゃんと食べてるんだな。熱出してあんな状態になってても、お前のことはちゃんと考えてくれてるんだな。でもさ、ゆい先生、まずは自分の食事の心配をしようよ。
I shook my head at the whole situation, then glanced at the money, who has been tilting the head as if trying to understand me. I broke in a breeze smile. 3! When I pulled out the kopecks, I noticed some cheap convenience store food in the bag as well. I guess that was going to be her food for the day, not exactly the best stuff to eat when you're sick. But you can't exactly cook when you're that
卵
sick.
くらいはきっとあるよな。卵がゆでも作ろう。
I'm hungry now. I should cook after this.
先生、キッチン借りるよ。
She's like, go ahead. You have my permission to cook for me. Her face was dry red and her half-pinned, half-concerned noise, providing me with no clear-cut
ゆい
answer.
先生の代わりに、モネに許しをもらおうかな。モネ、キッチンを借りていいか？
And she's gonna
ありが
melt.
とう。
Well, since her fingers are still clinging onto your pants, you should just take it down. so she doesn't notice. I should somehow feel bad about what I was
ゆい先
doing.
生、ごめんな。
Nah.
ちょっと離れる
Unless
よ
your cooking is really bad, you shouldn't feel bad. One by one, I gently peel off the fingers latched onto my pant leg. The expression on her face was changed when I was doing so, from contrast to mild annoyance, but there was nothing to indicate that she might wake up.
よし、作るか。
As I stood up, Lana mellowed happily and began tagging along at my heels. Ah, that sounds cute. And Miss Yuri, now resting by herself in the bedroom, let out a sudden sneeze. There, the sneeze. Aw, what's your permission to do so? Now we have to enter the scary part of the game.
ちょっとゆい
Masako. Tomoe.
かかったよ今くしゃみごめんなんだか鼻がムズムズするのまったくもうティッシュあれどこやったっけああなければ私
They're
の
nowhere
使
to be
ってよ
found.
せめてものお詫び
Alright. We're gonna end this part right here. If you guys want to know how Yuri is gonna defeat the cold, then you should tune in for the next part. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is the part 14 of Book of Shadows and the fresh start of chapter 3. So I hope you will continue to watch this, and I hope you will like it. So thank you so much for watching. This is Surface, and I'll see you next time.